By someone who hasn't done his homework very well, because I think everyone here bar Daz is doing some type of management or playing or something. But do you have any plans for next season? Are you going to be remaining in management? Are you looking at moving on? Or those who ain't, what's your plans? We'll start with Jamie and
Chris. Both of us together, yeah. Well, we're currently managers at New Mills. In fact, I'll tell a little story here. They should be here, Norton and Birchie, because we got sacked from ABA and they took our job. And then next minute we took their job at New Mills, so we swapped round. But yeah, bit of karma there.
Swap wives next week as well.
Yeah, just in football, obviously football is a game that we all love, and I want to stay in it as long as I can. My playing days are done, but in management now, just learning from people. That Daz is one of them. Obviously played under Daz and Margie for quite a few years, and other people. You just learn and enjoy the game. It's the best thing you can do.
You've said everything to me. Go on, Marsh.
Yeah, I'm sort of at a bit of a crossroads at the minute with where I am as a player, sort of coming back from a long-term injury. So I'm sort of in a bit of a sort of tricky situation whether to carry on playing or go into the management side of things. I have done a little bit with the 23s at Pilkingtons, which was the club I was playing at. So yeah, just sort of going to see how this injury sort of goes in the next couple of months, and if I still feel I can offer something and have another go next year, then that'll probably be what I'll do. And if not, I think that's obviously the right time for me then to sort of step into the coaching and management side of things. Obviously got a lot of lads here who know, you know, are doing good jobs at clubs, so obviously we'll need a bit of advice and stuff with that. So
I'm after assistant manager as well. So.
Yeah.
JC later.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see how things play out. But yeah, still want to keep playing as long as I can, and yeah, if I can, I will keep playing.
I'm still in a joint player management role, and I'll still keep playing as long as I can. I've still got the buzz to play as much as I did when I was here, so I'll just do that as long as I can. Enjoying the management side of it as well. I've got a lad called Danny Forrest, who used to play a decent level, League Two. He kind of runs it while I concentrate on playing as well, so it's working at the minute. Just shy of the playoffs, might just miss out on that. But yeah, it's been a good season so far, so fingers crossed we'll go again next season. Yeah.
No, I'm enjoying time walking the dog. Busy at work. I know it's going to be a bit of a cliche, but speak to Margie all the time, and Dave, we all keep in touch. I know Margie's back in management. The only reason I would come back into football is if this place come along. That's it. Simple as that.
okay, one mainly for you two, possibly yourself, Tommy. This is from Puffy Brains from the TSAO, the Soldiers One Forum. Do any of those currently coaching in the North West Counties or elsewhere have any recommendations for standout players in the league? Is Renault here?
No, yeah, good question. To be fair, it's a good stage to develop and start, you know, young people's careers, getting the right advice. And I'm saying advice, we're the managers. So I don't know if we're giving the right, but no, get the right advice for young people, young careers. There definitely is, you know, you spot the odd gems, you know straight away. Training, or you know, when you're playing against someone, you can see someone's got a little spark. But yeah, it's definitely it's a really, really good stepping stone for experience. You play at some tough places, so you do learn, you know, the hard way sometimes. As these lads can probably say, horrible pitches. And I've never been to Camelhead away. I don't know if anyone's. We went to Camelhead a few weeks back, and I've never been. It was like playing in a park. So you do learn the hard way, you know, against some tough people. But yeah, there's definitely some gems out there. And me, you know, as a football manager, I would never ever stop anyone from, you know, developing and going forward. Especially if it's, you know, the right step. You know, I would never stand in anyone's way with that one. Definitely not.
So have you got a recommendation for a player or what?
Well, I'm only 35, so
Hey, I'll take free kicks for you.
I'll just come on and take a free kick and run off.
Special thing.
I think non-league's changed massively, especially since I started. It used to be literally a league of good players who liked a bit of a night out and a beer, but it's taken a lot more seriously now. And to go to the top, you've got to do things outside of football. You got to work hard in the gym, you got to work hard out on the roads and things like that, and I think more people are doing that now. The style of play is changing, it's more total football, centre halves dropping into the area, which was unheard of when I started playing. It was literally long ball stuff, so the game's changing. In terms of players that stand out, you've got him here, Lewis Gilboy at the minute. When I was at Bury, he was absolutely class. I don't know how he started here, but he's a good player, he's a bit of a gem, and with a bit of work he can go a little bit higher for me. Another lad called Abs Abasoto, exactly the same. With a bit of work and a bit of guidance, they can go a little bit higher. So fingers crossed, Lou does the job for you.
Question from Toff from the TSAO. Are any of you doing anything on Saturdays and Tuesdays evenings?
Get me involved.
I wish.
Okay, one for those for the first season. Describe your experience on and off the pitch of your first season at FC. Specifically, what kind of head foot was it playing in front of those big crowds? That's from Mike from the Malcolm's crew down there at the back there.
Good question, Mike.
No, I'm not in the questions now.
Don't get nervous here, Brownie. Come for supporting Daz. It was just literally what I always come out of. It's come out of professional football, which a lot of us do. Obviously, I'm talking about Marsh and Chris a little bit. Marsh and Chris played with each other when they were 7 years of age at Man U, all the way through, and sometimes you don't know any different. Yeah. This place when I came was the closest thing to playing professional football. Yeah. You're there, you turn around, you're playing Clitheroe away, and there's 2,000 fans, and there's flares going, and you're banging on the doors. But I also say the other way, games were half won. We used to be in the changing room, walk out into the tunnel, and you could see the fear on their face. They didn't want to know half the time, because they were shit scared of you lot banging on cages and stuff like that. But a mental side, the game was done. We half won the game in the first half because they weren't prepared. But going back to my experiences, unbelievable. Yeah, wouldn't change them. Had some great times, great wins, cups, leagues, everything. I enjoyed every part of it. But like I said, it was the closest thing to me to playing professional football in a semi-pro atmosphere. Yeah.
Probably ditto a little bit what Jamie's just said. Yeah, coming out of professional football straight into, and people were like, oh, you can go here, and I thought the club that was on the up at the time, and growing fan base, I can't fault, to be honest, any people that we met in my time here. A great opportunity, especially being under people like Daz and Marja and Power, Phil Power, yeah. It was together. We had the togetherness, and you can't fault it. Obviously, we won the league that year, my first year, and yeah, we won the cup as well. Yeah, we won. Is it the President's Cup? Yeah, we won the President's Cup as well in the first year. So, massive achievement. Obviously, coming out, it was a bit of a culture shock of like coming from full time to part time or whatever, and like I said, playing against people like your Kerrs and Ashtons and saying, 2 foot him in the chest and whatnot. But no, yeah, unbelievable club. Fan base is, fantastic. Yeah, and I couldn't fault it in any way. And we had the best kit man in the world, George.
Of course you did.
I had to mention him, didn't I? But yeah, I can't fault it in any way. Loved it, every minute of it, and obviously we got the rewards as well because of the togetherness of what we had as a team and a club. Perfect.
Daz, anyone?
Logistics manager, by the way. No, there's just so many memories from that first season. It's just, I'll be here all day talking about it, from, turning up at League, wondering, is there going to be a crowd turning up, and then you walk out and you see that full with all kinds of stuff, inflatables, people with no shirts on and everything. It was amazing. The first European away trip, Leipzig, just crazy. Dave with his tray of beer, but refereeing the game and all that kind of stuff. It was unbelievable. Just so many memories, guys. It's just, I've played pro, I've played semi-pro, I've won the highest league at semi-pro. I've played at the, some of his beloved Old Trafford in front of 56,000, and all them memories that I've had from that first season. and on in the 12 years that I was here, just rank up there with all of them. It's just amazing. It's all down to you guys, because without you lot, you won't be this here today, would there? With us, all right, yeah, we've had to do our bit, but like Chris said, we was privileged enough, the three of us at the time, me, Cal and Phil, to know enough decent players to get one hell of a squad together, which was like a family, and we kept it that way all the time that it was here, I think. That's why we had so much success. Lads going back into league football is a big plus for us and stuff like that. So yeah, just amazing times. Can't put a name to one of them. It was just brilliant.
Just keep holding the mic. Talking of inflatables, yeah. Did you model your ace bendy corners on the inflatable banana you used to hold on the kickback street?
Of course I did, George, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay, what we're going to do is open it up to the floor. If anyone's got any questions you'd like to ask any of the ex-players. Anyone?
I've got one for
Go on.
Brownie, if it doesn't mind. That's fine. If you would have known, yeah, you're backwards here, man. If you would have known that Jamie Vardy was going to go on and play for England and be a star, I think it was your last season and that game against Oxbridge. If you'd have known that, would you have run a bit faster? Or they couldn't run very fast. Would you have tried to kick him a bit harder? If you could have caught him.
Brownie kicking someone, never.
I wasn't playing that season. I watched it myself.
I'm sure
it looks like me, but
around you.
it looks like me, but it's Tunji. If you watch it, it's Tunji. But yeah, if I'd have kicked him in the changing rooms before he went out. But yeah, I watched the same thing and thought that looks like me, but it's not.
Oh, that's it.
It's faster than me.
It was your brother.
Anybody else got a question? No, we're all quiet. Okay, so one of the questions what's come from Twitter is, what is your favourite song about another player and why?
No shadow of a doubt.
Tunji's song by a mile. You did it, didn't you? I think.
I think so. I can't
Yeah, Tunji's is the best.
Sing it.
Go on, sing it.
Go on out.
No.
Hey, with it, Sunji!
He's always fucking around. Mine that went on for, I remember playing at Clitheroe away, or somewhere like that, and it was constant. It was power of magic, yeah. So it went on for, and I honestly think it went on for the full game.
Harrogate away.
Harrogate away, yeah. We turned up late and
Margie kicked a bit.
Margie was booting bins at people and stuff. Yeah,
Right at my head.
we got off the coach 4 minutes before the game. We ended up 2-0 down. Yeah, and Margie was going mad at half time. He threw this bin and hit Jay in the face. Daz was going mad. He said, look, there's nothing we could do, but the fans were going mad all game. That power of Margie one just sticks in my head all the time, every time I think of FC. And do you know what? Some of my mates to this day who come and watch Ross and people like that who supported us along the way, they still ring us and just say, scream it down the phone, power of Margie. So yeah, good times, yeah.
To be fair, when I was there, we had quite a lot of good songs. There was a couple that stuck out in my head. There was Carlos Rocker that had a good one.
Feet like pasties.
Yeah. Put me on the spot. There was loads of big personalities in that change room when I was there. Ben Deegan, Jerome. So yeah, there was loads. To be honest, I couldn't really single one out.
Yeah, I'd go for Jerome's. United's own basically, and that's just sums the club up and sums Jerome up, to be fair. The amount of coach journeys that we had where all the lads were singing each other's songs were unbelievable, and again, that's what it were all about. The togetherness of this club's just made it what it is.
Well, I couldn't single one out like Greaves said, but Jerome's and Margie's the Argentina one was special.
Used to clap
He's
backwards,
good,
didn't he? Backwards.
So, there was some good ones over the years, but yeah, them two for me.
Okay, last question. Hold on.
He's being modest. Greaves' songs are the best songs. Tommy Greaves.
Brownie thinks Solly Greaves is one, but what about the Power of Margie? Everyone thought it was standing on the wing here, United sing. The actual lyrics were standing on the wing with bingo wings. But it never quite caught on that last bit. Okay, last question then. Who was the best player you played with at FC and no brotherly love? Okay, apart from the brothers. Who was the best player you played with at FC and why? Rory.
Sorry, lads. No.
I'd have to go same Rory. I can't say Rory. Yeah, because I obviously played in midfield and we had a successful couple of seasons. I'll be deadly on. I'd say Nicky Platt me when I played. Just because obviously of the balance that we had. Sometimes we played three in midfield or whatever, but definitely Nicky Platt, outstanding player to be honest with you.
I was only at the club for a couple of seasons, but in that couple of years that I was there, I'd probably say Jerome. I think he was one who stood out for me. He was always available. Longevity. He was at the club from the very start and was there obviously long after I left. And I got quite a lot of assists from him in that first couple of years. So I'd say Jerome for me.
So many. I'd probably go with Ollie Banks, to be fair. It shows what he's done in his career since he left here. He was just unbelievable. Engine, great on the ball, could find a pass out of nowhere. So yeah, go Ollie Banks, yeah.
Oh God, now you're asking.
Daz, I've got 5.
I played in a
Yeah, you were good, George. Andy Walsh in net, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, well, obviously you've got Rory, you've got people who can change the game on their own. Going back to the first years, Spenner was class in midfield, Nuge at the back. Always someone called Brown, I can't remember what he was called, second name. He wasn't bad. But no, we had so many guys, honestly. There's been some class players at this club, and they've all, like some of the best ones. George gone on to play league football. You just mentioned Ollie Banks, back to league football. We've had so many, but it'd be hard to put a name on one of them. There's some class players that played here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's thank the legends for giving up their time. We're going to see a lot more of them. Thanks everybody. Anyone got any questions for Kitman? No, well, I'll hand you back over to the Malcolm's crew.